and welcome to another episode of the Sound 228. I am Kevin Harris.
I am Lisa Wills.
And our good friend Matt James unfortunately couldn't join us tonight. And as usual, Jared is really tied up with other things, so
yes,
no Jared tonight either. But normally I would not be dressed in a tank top for the show, but literally just got power back on at my house like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me hop in real quick because poor Lisa was about to have to do the show by herself tonight. And
no, that's
I hopped on real quick to make sure she didn't have to do that. And because the last time we did it to her late notice, and I didn't want, but she was prepared. I was fully.
I was prepared this time. Last time
I was relaxed on the couch. I was on the couch. I had my portable fan in front of me, just blowing cold air into my face. I was good to go. But now here we are. We got Atypical is going to be joining us here in just a few minutes. We've got the grudge match, which is going to be featuring Etched in Embers taking on the challenger tonight, Dead by Wednesday. And then, but real quick, what have you been listening to?
I have been listening to the new music from Future Palace. I've also, The Beautiful Monument just dropped an album on Friday called Euphoric Thriller via Grayscale Records. It is so good. I actually played two of the songs tonight on my show. I'm absolutely in love with it. And obviously I have a metalcore heart, but The Beautiful Monument, I loved it. I love it from front to back. So I've been listening to that album, and also a little bit of Kingdom Collapse because I'm going to see him on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good one.
Yeah. What about you?
Kind of I'm one of those, and you know how I am when it comes to the station. So I'm kind of lately I've just really been listening to it and okay, where can I tweak it here? Where can I tweak it here a little bit, and trying not to tweak it at all, because if I tweak it, I fuck it up. And then so I've just been listening to that. But the one I've really been digging lately is that Ryan Oakes with Set It Off.
Song. Great song.
I really, really, really dig that song. And then of course, been listening to some new stuff from them guys. It hasn't been released yet, but I've been listening to that a little bit just to get myself a little familiar with that. But outside of that, it's really been just listening to the station and making sure that we have the right selection of songs it's not the right selections of songs on the station. It's the right selections of the songs in the flow of the station to make sure it's flowing somewhat right. I don't want to go from an extreme metal song to Three Doors Down Loser. You know what I mean? So just making sure that none of that's running into each other. So that's what I've been listening to lately.
Okay, cool. Do you have any shows coming up?
So show wise, we've got, I personally, as far as going to shows, next Friday I will be at Royale Inn with Pretty Pity and Love the Hate at the Soul Kitchen here in Mobile. So that'll be a good show. Got Buck Cherry and Blackstone Cherry coming up. Going to be attempting to go to that. And then in September, the shows that we've got at the Sanctuary with Blackstone Cherry and 7 Year Witch, and then we've got Plush coming up, and then this Saturday with Scotty Austin and the Almas and Envision and Lana Day and Lower Line. That's happening, so I'll be going to that as well. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be good times.
Yeah.
Good music.
All right. Well, we got a grudge match to get to.
We do have a grudge match to get to, and I don't know. I'm confused.
Why?
I want to make sure we're live on everything. If you can see us and hear us, make sure that get yourselves up in the comments. Let us know you're here. But we are going to roll into the grudge match now, because I had no power. I had the whole show ready except for the grudge match intro. But because I had no power, we have no grudge match intro tonight. So video number 1 is going to be Dead by Wednesday and their song Flesh. And video number 2, the returning champion, Etched in Embers. It is going to be their song Dark Side. And you know how it works. We're going to play both videos, and during video number 2 playing, you will be able to put it in the comments, video number 1 or video number 2. Make your choice. We'll pin them, we'll count them, and at the end of the episode, we'll let you know who moves on next week to face a new challenger, because next week we have Levels on the show. And I got a chance to see Levels at Rockfest, and what a man.
I'm excited.
My friend Monica said, you got to see him. She had seen him before, and I hadn't seen him. And she's like, you got to see him. And she was there at Rockfest. So we all met down at the stage, and I was like, yeah, they played right before Silver Tongue, and they were really, really, really good. And I talked to their manager and all of that. So they're going to be on the show next week. And then of course, whoever wins tonight will be the one of the participants in the grudge match. So Here we go. Here is video number 1. This is Dead by Wednesday. It's called Flesh. It is the grudge match, and you are watching the sound.
This
right, there you have it. That's video number 1. That is Dead by Wednesday, and that is called Flesh. Great tune.
Wow.
I do like the tune. I do like the tune, man.
I'm a sucker for a guitar solo. I am.
I like it.
It wasn't what I was expecting. They've been around for a minute. They've been around for quite a while. So, I don't know if they've actually put out new music like all that recently, but I didn't really dig that deep because I want to be surprised when I see the video.
So we've had this song was on the Dirty 30 a couple times. We played it when it first came out, and I'll give credit to Holly Borden. She was the one that pointed us in the direction of Dead by Wednesday. We played them before early on when the sound first started, and we've had Opus, the drummer, on the show a while. I mean,
I say it's before me.
Yes, a while back. No, good tune, and they're still pushing out some great music. So that was video number 1 in the grudge match. Here's video number 2. Now you can start putting your votes in the comments. Video number 1 or video number 2. And I don't know why, but TikTok comments do not show up in our little feed that we have here.
Rude.
So I'm keeping track of the votes in TikTok on the Sounds page. So, So if you're on TikTok, leave your comments. I'll get them there. Somebody in there was like, Lisa, with exclamation points. So somebody loves you.
Oh, really?
That's watching it on TikTok. So
okay. Sorry.
Here we go. But here's video number 2. It is your returning champion. It is Etched in Embers. It's called Dark Side. Check it out, and you're watching the Sound. All right, there you have it. That is video number 2. That is our friends in Etched in Embers with their latest called Dark Side. I like it how they always, I mean, there's always occasionally, not every song, but occasionally they throw in that one that's just got that little.
Yeah, it's a bop, isn't it?
Yeah. And it reminds me of how I felt when I was listening to Happy Song when they came out with Happy Song. So, but put it in the comments, video number 1 or video number 2. It is the grudge match. Winner moves on next week to face a new challenger, currently picked, written down right here in my book.
Oh boy!
So whoever wins.
Okay.
No.
Buckle in, folks. Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, it is. They're both great videos.
Yeah, very good videos.
So apparently we've got friends in the back.
We do.
They've got a new feature where I could just hit add on.
I know. I see that.
So,
I've noticed when I came in here earlier, I was chatting with Atypical on the phone, just making sure they could get in because I thought I was doing this by myself. So I was like major pre-gaming. I was like, I'm getting it together right damn now. And so we were on the phone. I was like, can you just make sure you got the link and you can get in? And so we came in and I was noticing that there was all these other features. And I was like, we got an update. This is great.
And I started panicking earlier because I was like, we created the show a while back. And I'm like, did we send them the link?
No, because they messaged me on Instagram like, hey, Lisa, do you have a link? And I'm like, Kevin didn't send a link. Okay. No. When I get home from work, I'm going to say, it's like, you know what? We're just people.
I'm such a horrible host. I apologize. I know they can hear me in the back. I apologize. I apologize big time. But we're going to bring them in. I'm going to actually hit the add all button because I'm curious. Wait, do I hit? Look, I can add them all individually just by hitting the down button and going, wow. But I'm going to hit add all. And we're just
let's just see what happens.
Wow, look at that shit. That was quick and easy. Hi, guys and gals.
All of my people.
I gotta unmute.
How is everybody tonight?
Doing
Good.
well. How are you?
So, quick question: Is everybody in the same areas? Like, is everybody in the Kansas City area?
Yep, we are.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah. We're all in like the suburbs.
We're all within an hour drive of one another.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And in today's world of bands, you don't see that a lot anymore, which is cool. I like it. Y'all can get together more often than not, which is cool.
Every week at least.
I will tell you how I was introduced to you guys, and then I reached out to Lisa and said, "Hey, Lisa, can we get them on the show? Can you help arrange that?" So Jonathan Norris hit me up and said he was working with you guys and asked me to check it out. And I did, and I was really digging what I was hearing. And then the new single that's out that we're going to be adding to the station this week is I don't want to say it's fire, but I mean the song's called "We Are the Fire." So, but it's fire. It's good. It's good. So, kind of break down Atypical. Where did Atypical come from? How did you guys meet each other? All the kind of basic interview stuff, and then we'll get into the fun stuff.
Sure.
So I don't know if we want to have Robbie tell the story because it was his birthday party that we all met at, or if I should tell the story.
Well, it's pretty simple. Essentially, I wanted to quit playing music, and I had never played a show before, so I hit up Trevor with the hat on, and asked him if he would learn a few songs. And then I rented out a park, and by the time that we got all the songs learned, because we started out as a cover band, we got hired and started playing small gigs and playing 4-hour shows. And then Rachel jumped on that first show. We actually had 2 original songs. I think we played that very first one, which was kind of crazy. One band member down the road, which was my brother-in-law, which we have swapped positions and all that. We found Drake, and then found he plays the drums for us, and then we found the other Trevor, which is lead guitar and the saxophone. You're welcome. And that's kind of that's 5 years in a nutshell, essentially.
Yeah, and basically, you know, in 2024, April of 2024, that's when we became an original only band. And so we just started playing only originals. And ever since then, ever since April 2024, everything is like taken off. Like I have never expected this to happen. And it's just like crazy, like just so much momentum, like ever since then, and even a little bit before that, but like ever since then, it's just been like one thing after another. And even these past several months, even since March or towards the beginning of the year, things have been taken off even faster. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we can't even keep up with it now. We love it. We're so thankful and grateful for everyone who's been a part of this, you know, grateful for Jonathan for, you know, helping us, you know, producing our latest songs. We're also grateful for Rofa Records who produced our songs before that. And yeah, it's just been crazy. And, you know, Corey Amara, he's been awesome. He's our manager. And just so many people, you know, it's just, and all the fans listening, it just warms my heart. It's so awesome. We're really grateful, and we thank all of you fans who's ever watching.
How did you guys come across Jonathan?
Yeah, so we
played a show with him.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we played 3 shows with them.
3.
After I think I saw a 3rd show, and we were like, oh yeah, let's see if we could play with them again. You know, it was fun. And yeah, and then I was like, you know, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go up to Kingdom Collapse and be like, hey, you know, it would be cool to work with you guys, you know, to, you know, see if we can, you know, revamp our, you know, get a bigger sound and just see if we can take this to the next level. And so he's like, yeah. Well, first off, it was David that I talked to. So David,
David's like, you want to talk to Jonathan?
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, talk to Jonathan or Aaron over there, and he was like pointing, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm going over there. And so I talked to Jonathan, and he was like, yeah, I can totally help out with that. So that's kind of how it all started. Yeah.
Very cool. So, Rachel, I want to know, when did you realize that your voice would work over heavier music?
Oh man, honestly, you know, it's actually pretty funny. I grew up listening a lot more to pop music. And actually I grew up in more of like a Christian kind of home where it was just like only Christian pop. But like when I was 18, I started listening to or 16 when I started listening to a lot of pop music. But when I met Trevor, he's the one that really got me into like rock music and hard rock and metal. And, you know, he converted me. I've loved it ever since. And, you know, we actually had a band in Las Vegas for a while when we lived there. And so that's kind of like when I started singing, you know, hard rock and metal. And then we moved back here in 2018. It's a long story, but I actually gave up on when we moved back here in 2018 to Kansas City. That was when I gave up on my dream to be a singer, because, you know, things didn't work out in Las Vegas.
Right.
You know, it was just roadblock after roadblock. But as soon as we moved back, I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. And then in 2021, thanks to Robbie, all thanks to Robbie, he had us, you know, play for his birthday party, and everyone liked it so much that we're like, maybe we should start a band. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That's a unique way of everything starting. So
yeah.
Yep.
Lisa?
Everything just sort of happens accidental, doesn't it, really? You know, like you start to meet, you know, people in the scene or in your community, and the next thing you know, you've got a project going on, and the next thing you know, you're playing a gig, and after that, then you meet somebody and they, you know, help you network, which is really how it all starts. And so I guess Jonathan must have liked you and seen something in you, because he just wouldn't share you. He wouldn't talk about you to just whoever would listen, you know? So I think that that's really awesome. Have you guys always been playing music? Have you guys always just had that sort of in your veins, or is that something that came on to you maybe as you were getting a little bit older, maybe into your later teens or 20s?
So I've always played music my whole life. I grew up in a musical family, so everyone in my family plays music or sings. My sister sings. So I've always played music, and then I used to sing at, my dad he used to be a pastor, and he had a couple churches that disbanded and whatnot. So I'm a PK, so dealing with that, But so basically, I started off singing, in their, on their worship and praise teams and different things, and then, so I've been doing it my whole life, but yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I started playing when I was 4. Well, my mom forced me to do piano lessons when I was a kid, which I hated because I didn't really have any application for it. But then later on, when I was 14, I started getting into Creed. It was a big favorite. To this day, I love Creed. It's funny. We have a Nickelback fan and a Creed fan in this band, so you'll meet the
right.
But
I'm right there with you guys. So no worries.
And I like Nickelback too, but Creed's kind of my jam. But as I started getting into rock music, I had a buddy in high school who was like, well, this is actually before high. This is probably junior high, but he was like, hey man, he's like, we should start a band. I'll play guitar, you play bass. I was like, what's a bass? I don't even know what it was. And that's how I started to play. My grandpa lent me a bass and I just started obsessing over it. Then that led to drums and guitar and other instruments. But I've been playing very consistently. And I was sort of forced, if you're in the church world, you have to play pretty much. Like, you don't have much of a choice in a smaller church. So I've been playing on stage.
The praise and worship teams are usually just a few people. So yeah,
exactly. So it's been consistent, playing on stages and playing in high school metal bands all the way up to the present. So yeah, quite a few years now for me.
All right. Well, what about you, Drake?
So I started learning guitar, I don't know, maybe 10, and kind of put it away for a couple years, probably 3 years, that it just kind of collected dust. And my dad was in a band called The Sound and the Fury back early 2000s and the 90s. And so I started hearing some of his music. He would pick up a guitar every once in a while. So I gained an interest for it. And then I got really into Tool. The 10,000 Days album came out, and I was just into it. I loved it. Started picking up some of their riffs, and then COVID hit, and we just happened to get a drum set. I moved into a bigger house, and my dad was like, we're going to have a drum set here in case drummers come over. And then, the world shut down. So I was locked inside with a drum set in my basement every day. So I actually had the perfect opportunity to learn, pick that up, and then kind of took off with that a little more than guitar. I think most people probably say I'm a better drummer than I am guitar player. But I go back and forth. And then I actually met Robbie working at Guitar Center, and we became friends that way. And he actually asked me, hey, do you want to play in this band? And Robbie was the drummer at the time. And he said, there may come a day where we ask you to switch to drums, but for now, will you be our second guitar player? And I said, of course. So I played with them for a while, did some backup vocals, guitar, and then we changed members. We all kind of switched around. So now I'm the drummer, which is amazing. I love drumming, but I used to walk into gigs with a guitar and a bag, and that bag had my little pedal board in it, and that was all I needed. I could pack up in 10 minutes and I was out. It took nothing. And now I have to lug a giant drum set everywhere I go. So it's a blessing and a curse, but I do love it.
And you have to run drills on how to set up and break down in like literally 5 minutes or less.
Yeah. Especially when you're playing shows with, we've played shows with, what was the warehouse? 7 bands.
We're doing 10 this weekend.
Yeah. And so you got to be on and off and on like fast. You got to be ready to go. So, but yeah, I love it. So I wouldn't trade it for anything.
What about you, other Trevor?
I joined a middle school band only because I didn't want to do choir, and those were the options. And my grandma knew someone that had a saxophone in her closet, so that's how I started music. It just kind of happened, but then I took off with it, and I took up a guitar when I was in 8th grade, I think. And then me and Drake started jamming around, and I've been loving it ever since.
Okay.
But he won state, by the way, on saxophone. He won state Trevor won state on a saxophone too.
Yeah, don't let him fool you. He plays it off like, oh, I just happened to pick up saxophone. He's actually, according to the Missouri State Band, I don't know what the association is called, but best saxophone player in Missouri, and going to college for it too, aren't you there, bud?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So are you majoring in like music performance?
Well, I'm actually majoring in accounting.
Okay.
I'm using the band to kind of help pay for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going into accounting and I work at a bank right now.
Okay. All right. I know I math all day for my job, but I definitely didn't go to school for it. No thanks. Why don't we go ahead, Kevin?
Before we got into that, before we get into the new song, I wanted to cross a line real quick. So, you're looking at your Spotify and other streaming services and stuff like that. And if you look at, let's take Prove You Wrong. So Prove You Wrong has crossed over 300,000 Spotify streams right now. Was there a moment when you looked at those numbers for that song and went, okay, this is doing something. Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Not really. We just kind of are amazed every time we look at our Spotify numbers. Like, well, I don't know that many people. Do you guys know that many people?
I know.
So we just kind of, I don't know. We lay it all out there when we take the stage. We get numerous messages from people where our songs have touched them, and that's really where we get our I think where we get our motivation from. It's not so much the numbers, as long as you touch one person and can help them out. That's really what matters in the grand scheme of things. I can play to a million people, but if it's just a play, it's just a play. But if one person can feel that song and change their life in a better way, possibly, if it helps them, then that's really what it's about for me.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
it was exciting though. I was like, oh wow, it's getting a lot of plays. Wow, this song's really doing well. I'm like, there's a lot of people who struggle with, like there's a lot of people, that were feeling the same way, and so it really like resonated. So that was really cool to see.
That was a fun one for me in the studio because we set the drum set up and we went through a practice take, and that's the only take that I did was the practice one. And I remember my headphones falling off, and Trevor had to put them back on. So I don't know how I made it to stay on time without having anything in my head. But what you hear on that one's the practice run through. I think I did maybe one more just for fun, but that was a neat experience.
Well, now we're in We Are the Fire.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So let's we've got the video for We Are the Fire. We're going to play that. Let's go. Where did the song start? Was it the message first? Was it the riff first? Was it the chorus? How did We Are the Fire get going?
So We Are the Fire is one that I wrote, and it started. I usually just for songwriting start playing around on my amp, and it's weird. Inspiration just kind of hits you, and like. It's weird. There's times where people ask me about the songwriting process. And I'm just so haphazard with. There's literally I use Google Keep on my phone, and there's times I'll have a line hit me in the middle of. I teach high school. I might have something hit me in the middle of a class, and I'll write it down, and nothing will happen. Sometimes it'll take months, but it'll turn into a song. There's a song I literally started writing at 15 that I finished about 2 years ago, and I'm in my late 30s. Wow. Like it took, but then there's times where like we have a song called Sonic Sanctuary where I wrote the whole thing in an hour. So. Like it just was really inspired one day. So lyrics and everything. But We Are the Fire, though, I was playing with this, just this groove. And then I thought, I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of something a little bit more aggressive, but, energetic, and fire came to mind. And so then I wrote the chorus to it, and I was like, I like how that sounds. And I showed her. And so it kind of started with just like putting together fire and the meaning behind that is very interesting because, while ATYPICAL, we don't claim to be a political or a religious band or anything like that. We love playing music, but everybody writes music from a starting point of beliefs. So everybody is in a sense religious or belief driven. Motley Crue is just as religious as, Toby Mac or something like that. And so So I write things a lot from a view of positivity and ultimately rooted in a Christian worldview is where I like to write from with a lot of my music. And I remember it was like early 2010s. I had a friend who went to a huge festival and he told me that the band POD was there and some other band was trash talking them. I don't remember what they said, but they were mocking POD. And Sonny, the singer from POD, got up on stage and was a little agitated, but he wasn't trash talking the other band. He said these other bands can say what they want, but we have the fire. And I really liked how he said, we have the fire, we have the spirit, we have the fire. And that really encouraged me. I'm like, yeah, I like that. You know, he's just going to say, we're not going to get dragged down into those squabbles. We have something that's worth living for. We're going to just roll with that. So that's kind of the meaning of where the fire is. If you look at the verses, it's how everybody's trying to find answers in illegitimate places, hence needles and pills and stuff like that. But ultimately that we're trying to bring a message of hope and healing to the world. And so
spreading the light, spreading the fire, spreading the hope.
Yeah. So a lot of metaphors but they're ultimately aiming toward people just trying to bring hope and healing to the masses.
Okay.
So when I listen to it and compare it to previous songs, it feels like you guys are getting heavier without sacrificing the melodies. Is that intentional?
Honestly, I think that's part of what Jonathan has helped with. Jonathan is a great producer and engineer, and so he's helped. Because some of my songs I write, I have a lot of progressive rock and metal influence, and so you can see that like even if you look at some of like the past versions of We Are the Fire, it used to be a lot more progressive and a lot more active. But Jonathan did a really good job of sort of honing that in to like the active rock category. Said that stuff's cool. I like how that sounds, but maybe we can keep it a little bit more accessible for more people, kind of a thing. And so he does a really good job of helping me learn how to shine the melody forth throughout the entire song and make the melody more the centerpiece without sacrificing it for other elements, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. So Lisa, it's your turn to ask the question.
Well, I think they've already answered the question.
There you go.
Normally we would say either tell us everything or tell us nothing, but you just did it. So I think we should. I think, it's all there. So I think we should just roll into it. Are you ready? All right,
here's the video for Atypical. This is We Are the Fire, and you're watching the sound.
Needles and pills lay everywhere. Now you feel so alone. You drown behind a lifeless stare, 'cause you're drunk with sorrow. Can't
right, there you have it. That is Atypical, and We're the Fire. I love it. I love it. Where did you film that at?
So we filmed that in Omaha, Nebraska.
My hometown.
Oh, really?
nice.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
That is where I was born, was Omaha, Nebraska.
I did not know that. Okay.
Cool.
I'm a sucker for the screams. So anytime I can get something, melodic with screams in it, I'm down. Anytime. I think that was really well executed. I think Jonathan, like you said, really brings a lot to the table in terms of taking whatever you have and love and turn it into something, just level it up a little bit. I think that it's really well done. I think you guys did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
So
welcome.
What's next for Atypical? So let me ask you this. So We Are the Fire, is it going to be a standalone single, or is it working towards something bigger?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure that out right now. We are considering, potentially rolling some of it up into an album. But yeah, we're all in the talks right now to figure that out. But we definitely want to have an album. So yeah, that will come.
I feel like that's like such a goal for bands. And I feel like in today's marketplace, it's sort of more of a waterfall release strategy. Have you weighed the pros and cons of both? I mean, obviously, you can certainly do waterfall releases, every couple months for a year or more and get the most out of it. But are you reaching for something like that, like in 2027, or are you hoping by the end of the year?
Well,
You all sound like chipmunks. I gotta reconnect.
Okay.
I've done a lot of research into it and whatnot, and we've been doing the waterfall strategy, like every couple months releasing a new song, a new single, and so that's basically been our focus right now, because it's better, it makes it better so that people can actually focus on the single, and you can try to get as many eyes on it as you possibly can. Before going to the next single. If we had released an album, it would be like, oh yeah, there's this great album, and then they listen to it for, maybe a month, and then it might be like, yeah, what's next? And it's like, well,
right.
we focused on the album, and it's gonna be a while to get more another album out. So
my favorite thing that bands have been doing, some have been doing, is, so let's say the album is 10 songs. They release 6 or 7 of them in that waterfall, and then the last 3 are on the album.
Right.
I think that's what we're going to do.
So they can do all of that within a year. They can release those 6, 7 songs within the 10 months or whatever, and then that last month of the year, there's your album. And some bands, I've just talking to people, it's like you can almost do an album a year if you do it that way. If you do release album at the end of the year, or wherever you want to release the album at, but you can get an album a year if you write. So
yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think we're gonna do something like that. Just keep releasing singles, every couple months, and then fold it up into an album where there's like a couple 2-3 bonus songs on there that come with the album. That way it'll give everyone something to look forward to get the album and whatnot. So
right. And plus it keeps your social media active and keeps fans engaged with something new, because I feel like when you release that album, that's sort of it, and then you have to backtrack, right? And then start working. I mean, you still have to do the work. It's just sort of the order in which you do it. So do you want to give everything, you don't want to give away what's the saying with the cow and the milk? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to,
right.
know what you're right. About. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have to do all that. So yeah, I think that would be great for you guys, especially since you're still building a fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Is most of your fan base, have you grown that? Is it just more locally, or have you found a wider audience, maybe a more global audience? Do you have a fan base in some like random country that you never thought was imaginable?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we've been played in every continent.
What?
Yeah,
we've been played in all 7, 8, 12, 14,
Pluto's a planet. Come on.
Yeah, your sister played us in Antarctica, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going on an expedition. I was like, you're gonna play one of our songs while you're down there. I don't care how you do it.
There you go. Well,
Right,
go ahead. Go ahead, Rich.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
No, you're good.
We have a lot of fans in Brazil. We also, charted in Luxembourg. Number one
on,
for Prove You Wrong. We charted in South Africa, in iTunes Metal. And what else was it? I think it was Spain.
Yeah.
Spain, South Africa, and there's another country too. I don't want to
Portugal or
maybe
Mexico.
Maybe it's Mexico. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was looking at your Spotify, and Spotify gives you some of your top countries and stuff like that. And I was looking at it and going, Jesus, they just need to go tour South America for a little while.
Yep, we're actually considering it.
No one ever goes there. You know what I mean? No one ever goes to South America. When do you see any of the bands saying, "Oh, we're going on our South American tour"? No one ever. You know, they're hungry for it. You should.
You got to fight the cartel while you're there.
Anyone can be bought. All right.
Well, luckily we have a Drake. He's going to be our fighter for us.
There you go.
He carries in the drums. He's the strongest of us all.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no one ever goes down there, man. You guys should do that. So
we've been talking about it recently.
Yeah, what are you have you guys thought about a tour? Have you gone on tour across the states yet?
We would love to, and that is our next goal. Yeah.
We've been spreading out regionally right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopes to just keep spreading.
Where you got to grow that circle, right? That got to grow that radius a little bit at a time, right? What makes sense is certainly financially, because that's a huge expense for you.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Because it is so hard to watch bands that are, hey, we're going to play in, we're going to go play in Wisconsin.
It's a tour to nowhere. Okay.
You have to Wisconsin start right locally.
You have to start locally. You can't. I'm sorry. I see bands do this all the time. Oh my gosh, we're doing really well. We've got, I don't know, we've gotten up to 50,000 or 100,000 Spotify monthlies. We're going to do a national tour. Why? It's a tour to nowhere. No one's going to know because no one knows that you exist.
Those monthly listeners are probably in a 4 or 5 state area.
Right. Exactly. It's a tour to nowhere. It's a tour in the hole, into the red. It's not worth it. So it'd be really cool if like you guys continue to play regionally and maybe just go within that radius of your area and start branching out more weekend type things, maybe 3-day weekend type things where you can go a little bit bigger in your area and try to grow that fan base. And before you know it, give it a couple years, man, give it a few years. You'll see people start picking you up and bringing you on more and more shows, just sort of like KC did. They put you on a few shows and you prove your worth, prove your mettle on the stage, and they'll take you for a few more, So I'm really excited to see what's coming up for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, and that's what we've been trying to do, just slow. It's a slow process, but it's a grind, but it's well worth it. St. Louis, played in Wichita. We're going to be playing in Springfield. It was still Missouri, but spreading out from the Kansas City area and into Kansas a little bit, and hopefully up to Nebraska and
Omaha.
Omaha. And Chicago maybe in the future. And
Arkansas.
Slow but surely, but I totally agree. But it's definitely a process.
Yeah. It's a painstaking process, and a lot of bands get impatient. And you bite the bullet too soon. And next thing you know, man, you're thousands of dollars in debt and you're looking around going, oh my God, what did we do?
Yep.
It's not a good feeling, man. It's not a good feeling. So now that this song is out, do you have plans for another single release this year?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. We have probably 2 more. So at least for this year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, we worked with Jonathan over the summer, so have 2 that are one's pretty much ready, the other one's still working on, but it's I think our fans are going to dig it. We're excited about these ones.
Oh, Josh Newland from Etched in Embers. I live in Springfield. When are you coming through?
Nice.
Oh, awesome. We're coming through September 11th.
Nice. Nice.
Where are we
figure
playing
out-
at again?
With the Sound and the Fury.
What is the venue again, Drake? Do you?
It's called Moontown Sound.
That's
Is the name of the venue.
I need to announce that.
All right, Newland. There you go. Make sure you get to the show.
Yeah, you'll get to see Drake pulling double duty.
Yep.
He's gonna play twice that night.
So fill us in on that. What's the other band?
It's his-
Okay, so I mentioned before that my
Yeah.
dad was in the Sound and the Fury. So
Right.
when I started picking up guitar, and me and him would kind of, bounce riffs back and forth and see what we were doing. And then my dad still talked to the old band members. They kind of broke up in 05, I think, is when the Sound and the Fury kind of called it quits. But me and my dad had just wrote some riff that the old singer had got a hold of, and was like, "Hey, I actually like this. Let's write a song to it." And then I picked up drums, and we just wrote a little. It was really rough. It wasn't mixed or mastered or really anything. It was like basement tracks that we just recorded and emailed back and forth and put layers on. And then Jeff Wood is the name of the singer, and he just posted it on Instagram, I believe. And an old I wouldn't say manager, but an old friend of the band who used to book shows and everything was like, "Hey, now that you guys are back, I can get you guys in a show playing this, and we'll get it." And we were like, whoa, this, we're not back. It was just something we did. And he was like, "Oh, well, it looked like you were back." So my dad reached out to all the old guys and were like, "Hey, sounds like we have a shot if we want to try again." So that was Cinco de Mayo 4 years ago, maybe
Gotcha.
5. I can't remember exactly. And then we played at Kansas Crossing Casino was the first show back. That was a reunion show with Mud Puddle Dive, who was it was a reunion show for them too, who was around back then. And then we've kind of just kept we don't play out super often. We're still pretty local to the Kansas City area, but last summer we did go out and we played 3 nights in a row: Wichita, Kansas City, Omaha, which is really fun. And then now playing in Atypical as well. We've been looking for an opportunity to kind of get the bands together, but it's been such a tight schedule because Atypical is so busy with doing shows, and then we need to find time where we can either write new music, or we have so much material that it's like, okay, do we release this as is because we really like it, or do we rework it because we do like it, but we hear more potential in this song? So now to finally have the opportunity to put the two bands together, I'm super excited for it. So I'll be playing for the Sound of the Fury. I'm the guitar player. I kind of fill in during practices. The singer, Jeff Wood, he lives in San Antonio, Texas, and the rest of us are all kind of in the Kansas City area. So I fill in for him during practice and stuff. So I'll sing and play guitar, but then we'll fly him down to play with us, and it's a real fun time. So I'm really excited to be pulling double duty for this show.
So now you have to carry a bag and drums.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, for this one I'll be bringing amps and everything, so it'll be real fun.
So if somebody's looking to find Atypical on the social media families, what's the best way to find? Well, what's the best way? Period. Website, social media. How does that work for you guys?
Yeah. So we have atypicalband.com. That is our website. We also have, we're on Facebook, Instagram, you name it, everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music. And as far as our Instagram, I would say it's basically our handle is atypical_band. And then on Facebook, it's Atypical Rock Band. So yeah. And then let's see what else. There's YouTube is, I think it's Atypical Band with no space. For YouTube.
We had to add band into pretty much all of them because at the same time a TV show came out that I was unaware of when I was sitting in the car, and I looked at my wife and I went, Atypical. That's a good name. And I texted it to everybody there, and they're like, yeah. So not a lot went into the name, just a word that hit my head after practice, and I went, maybe everybody will like that.
It's true.
There you go. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. So check them out on Spotify, well, all the streaming platforms. And then, of course, starting Saturday, you'll be able to hear them in regular rotation on the Sound radio station. So download our app and make sure you listen. If you don't want to download the app, I don't like you, but you can also listen through the website at thesound228.com, or you can go to live365.com and listen to the Sound Radio. But definitely check it out. Do us that favor. If nothing else, go check out. Download the app. Tell me what you think about it. If you don't like it, delete it. If you like it, let it hang out for a little while.
Yeah, and send your hate mail to Kevin at thesound228.com.
There you go. There you go.
Well, thank you guys very much for being our guest this evening. It was a pleasure chatting with you and getting to know you. And hopefully, you make your way down to Biloxi, you might see that guy. You make your way to Virginia, you might see this chick. So
there you go.
Yeah.
We can just start in Mississippi and work our way around. See
There you go.
one run.
There you go.
Come
I got a venue I can send your guys' info to that we could possibly get you into. A couple of them down here.
Say no to that.
I got you covered over here. So yeah.
Yeah, and I've got people I can send you from Lafayette, Louisiana to Fort Walton Beach, Florida, all the way along I-10 and along Louisiana, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. So we got venues that we can send your stuff to if we need to help you out. So just let us know.
Thank you.
Appreciate
That would be
that.
amazing.
So much.
We definitely
Thank
want to do that sometime soon.
You let us know, and we're there. We're there for you to help wherever we can.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Oh, and for any of those Kansas City people, we're playing a show. It's called Summer Jam this Saturday. So we would love to see you if you live in Kansas City. It's at Grinders. Grinders
Hosted by Stratgazer, 10 bands, all day event from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. There's gonna be vendors. It's a good old time. It's gonna be a little warm, but there's gonna be misting fans and free water. So
And what time is your set?
we haven't got the official lineup, but it should be 6 o'clock or later.
Yeah, it starts at 2 p.m. though. So
thing
I
does,
mean, yeah.
Okay.
Go out and look. Here's my deal. Oh, right at the end of the show,
Right.
Mr. Norris shows
hi.
up. Hello, Jonathan. How are you?
Hi.
Oh yeah, I had something to do tonight.
All good. We love Jonathan. He knows
we
that.
do.
So, not too many people I'll pick on very often and feel comfortable getting away with it. And he's one of them because he'll do the same thing to me. So, but thank you once again. And once again, let us know when you're ready to come down south, or you're ready to come up to Virginia. Just let us know wherever we can help. We're here to help. And then, But you guys, thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
you guys, go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
we've learned that, like with music, it's so humbling because you can't just go out and do it. Like, you really need to work with other people, and we really seriously appreciate this interview and you guys taking the time to be with us and offer that, because we've just learned we really have to do our best to just look with open hands, like, we need help here. It really is a grind. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with somebody today. In the music industry, you can't find enough people that are real.
Right. Oh,
And I'm sure he's probably already turned us off. But Jonathan is one of the ones that I have a really great, I trust everything that he has ever said to me, and I trust everything about him almost. But when you find those people, stick with them.
yeah.
Because that circle needs to be very small, and that circle needs to be everybody that you can trust.
Right.
So good luck to you guys. Let us know if you need anything, and we're here on your next single. Push it to us. Let us know, and we'll take care of it on our end of it. As little as we are, we will do whatever we can to be as big as possible for you.
Well, they have my phone number now. So
there you go. Call Lisa anytime you need anything.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys have a great night, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Bye bye.
See y'all's.
Aw, they were great. That's great.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good night.
Before we get into anything else, I want to show you something. Wait.
Uh-oh.
So
She done got out of the fucking chair.
I did. I got out of the chair.
You don't get out of the chair for nothing.
I don't. Okay. So a few months ago, I had the opportunity to host Rock on the Hill Music Festival.
Yes. Yes.
And I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance to hang this up yet. But since the band are here, I can publicly thank them for.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Look at that. See that?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can publicly thank Etched in Embers on the podcast for gifting me with this beautiful drum head with these gorgeous messages. I need to get it framed at, what's the matter? You iron your naked wall?
No. My wall ain't naked. What are you talking about?
I'm giving you some shit, Kevin. Come on.
No, I was gonna go, and all I got was a vinyl record from them signed that I had to pay for. I'm joking. I'm not begging. I'm not begging for anything. That's awesome. That's awesome, though. And it's not. Hold on. Watch this.
Oh no! Now look what I've done.
It's not a little drum head. You got a big one.
I got a big one out of convenience, okay? Because he was changing it out anyway. I think if it was a smaller one he was changing out, that's what I would have got. But that means
no. This was the one. This was the, and I was just showing. I have a small one, but that's one was
really
like
cool though. I like that.
That was like my 50th birthday one.
Oh, that's nice. I have all my drum heads hanging above. You can't really see them. They're all up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is literally the only drum head I have.
Oh.
Well, actually, no, there is another one floating around. It's from a local band from years ago here in Biloxi called Aura. Used to be Joshua's son, then it formed, and some of the members became Aura, and then, it's they're no longer around.
We digress. Anyway, Jonathan said saying thank you. I'll see him on Sunday. So I'm very excited to hang out with Casey, and I'm bringing a very special
Who are they with that one?
A Virtue.
Oh, that's that tour.
Yeah.
That tour. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love me some Damon and Tyler. Yes. I can't wait for that. It's going to be great.
Well, speaking of Virtue.
Yes.
So the winner of our grudge match was Etched in Embers.
Okay.
And they will be facing of Virtue next week.
Oh, you hateful man.
I actually had like 3 names because, and I'm not going to lie to you. And this one tonight was kind of weird because I usually don't separate the sounds of bands that far apart.
No, they're usually more similar.
So that was kind of a weird mix tonight. So I had like 3 different bands written down of, okay, if this one wins, we'll go up against this one. If this one wins, we'll go up against this one. And then somebody's like, there you go.
Oh my God.
Officially requesting an Etched in Embers Kingdom Collapse tour.
Oh.
So
give me a reason to take off work for a week. Please.
Yeah. So I had a bunch of different bands written down tonight to whoever won. Hey, this is where we're going to go or whatever. And then Virtue wasn't even on the list. And I was like, and for some reason they popped into my head while we were doing this interview. And I went, I wonder if they have a video for the end. And I went and looked and they do. Yeah. So I'm like, here we go. This is what we're going to do. So next week, the band Levels will be on the show.
Yeah.
The grudge match will be Etched in Embers going for the Hall of Fame up against Virtue with The End. And it's going to be good times. So
it will be. I'm looking forward to it. I love getting new guests, people that we haven't had on before.
And we've got the next few shows, I don't have the graphic in here, but
I do.
Oh, you put it in here?
No.
Oh, you have it on your phone.
I have it on my phone because
I'm gonna see if I can remember some of this.
I have to publish it.
So next week, we've got Levels.
Yeah.
And that's the 19th. And then the 26th is when we have, is it Wake Me that we have on the 26th? Yes, Wake Me's on the 26th. And then September 2nd, we have 156 Silence.
Mm-hmm.
And then September 9th, we have First Son.
We do. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. We have got such a killer stacked lineup. And then after that, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to Scotland to meet Jason and Melissa. So.
That's right. And, and I was thinking maybe because that'll be like 6 shows in a row.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe we take a week of break.
Yeah.
But while we're all in here, we need to get Etched in Embers back on the show.
We do. We haven't had them in a couple years, right?
It's been a while since
Etched in Embers. Last time was Happy Song.
I think we premiered a video, and that was the last time we had it on there. So I think we need to get Etched in Embers sometime in September. We need Etched in Embers back on. But before we leave, I want to remind everybody that what's that?
Make it October when I'm back.
Okay. Maybe October.
Yeah. How about October? I'll tell you. How about October? Are you ready for this? October. I'm going to tell you the date. How about October 7th?
Let's see. Etched in Embers, if you're still in there, Russ or Josh.
You guys
or
do
anybody.
a podcast on October 7th?
October 7th is Etched in Embers available. I mean,
yeah.
Don't make us fucking beg. But before we get out of here, I do want to remind everybody that the new magazine is out on the website at thesound228.com.
Yep.
Sierra Pilot on the cover and did a great job with the cover article. I unfortunately wrote a huge ass long article about Rockfest, but I think there's more pictures in there, which has made it a little bit longer than what it was. But there's some really great. Matt wrote an article, and Matt hadn't written an article for the magazine in a while. He's got an article in there about social media presence that's really, really good. And it is exactly what it says on there. It's where rock music meets the business. So not only do we cover bands, but we, in our unprofessional thoughts and in our opinions, write what we think is the better way of doing things, or not the better way of doing things, but the proper, and I don't even know how to say that correctly without offending people, but trying to give our insight on what we think is the best way of doing things.
Right. I mean, all of us work in the music industry in some capacity or another, and we just give our own insight, in our experiences. And that's all we can do, really. I mean, that's all life is, right? We share our insight and our experiences, and we share that with people. And that's what we do in the magazine. And there's, we just published today the review from Joe Peruzzi for Social Distortion, and it's Sunday morning that Holly photographed. We've got other articles as well. Of course, obviously the cover article for Sierra Pilot. So yeah, you're going to see that stuff going. Thank you. So you're going to see those coming out over the next few weeks. So definitely check it out. Thing on Rockfest. It's, it's good.
Yeah. So there we go. So October 7th, there it is. You guys, for those of you that are watching live, you just watched us book a show for October 7th. We're going to have Etched in Embers doing an episode, which is good because that's before I head out and travel for the weekend, because that's the weekend before I go see Breaking Benjamin and Chevelle and Starset and Cammy.
Whatever. I'll be in England, so Matt and I will be joining you from the same room.
Nice.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Holly, thank you. Holly pushed Dead by Wednesday on us this new one, and I appreciate you for doing that. Good tune, good video. We appreciate that, and send the guys. Apparently, you know them and talk to them well enough. Send them our love. Tell Opus he owes us. I'm joking. Do not tell him that. I do not want that man coming after me.
No. Oh, what is happening?
But anyways, we will talk to you next Wednesday. You guys have a great night and have a good week, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you so much.